Welcome, Matt here from Total Drummer, and this quick lesson looks at the 3 levels of funk. They're not official levels, but these are kind of 3 main things that I think turn a normal groove into a funky groove. So if we think about the most basic rock beat, that really is the foundation of our funk beats, right? So if we just take as our foundation today, a really simple rock beat, kind of one of the first beats everybody learns. Okay, so that's going to be the basis of what we're doing today, and we're going to do 3 little steps to turn that into something super funky. Okay, so the first step is to add some snare drums on the E's and the R's, on those 16th note positions between the hi-hats. So the hi-hat's going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there are 8 notes. Between those are the 1 E and R, 2 E and, so E's and R's. As soon as we start putting some notes on those positions, things automatically get funky. So first up, let's just put 1 note in there. We'll do it on the out of beat 4. 1 note, and it's just instantly going to give it a little bit of a funky edge. Okay, great, so that's pretty simple, but already a little bit funky. What if we now add 1 extra note? So we'll do it on the out of 2 and the out of 4. Okay, so there you can see it's starting to get even funkier. So now I'm just going to add some more 16th note snares in there, and the funk is going to increase. Okay, so for the second step, we're going to do a very similar thing, but we're going to put some bass drums in there. So they've been pretty straight at a minute on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and locking in with the hi-hats. So same rule as the snares really. Once we start to place those between the hi-hats on the E's and the R's, things go up another level of funk. So again, if we just add 1 16th note bass drum in there at the beginning, and we'll put it on the out of 1. So 1 and R2 and 3 and 4 and again, just a little bit of funkiness. Okay, so as before with the snare drums, now let's add another 16th note bass in there. And what I'm going to do this time, so I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E. So placing it after that second backbeat. Okay, and again, let's now chuck some more in there. More 16th note bass drums. Kind of the equation is more of those, more funkiness. Okay, for this third and final step, we're going to check out something to do with the snare drums. And let me just say, this isn't an exhaustive list of everything that's funky. There's much more to funk drumming than this. And I've been doing some other things already. So when I was playing in that last one, I was doing some display snares, for example. Right, we're not covering that today. We're just covering 3 things that will make a basic rock beat funky. If you want to go deeper and learn, linear, the ghost notes, display snares, all the other things of funk, I'll put a link in the comments to a course that is just funk drumming, and it goes deep on all that stuff, right? But today, it's basically 3 easy steps that are going to take a simple rock beat and make it funky. So, if you're ready for the final step, we're going to just look at those snare drums. So you may have already noticed I've been using dynamics. So I've been doing the loud backbeat on the snare and these softer ghost notes. Okay, that's a key ingredient of funk. If we played all of these notes on the snare the same level, it's going to sound a bit mechanical, a bit like a machine, lacking in groove, lacking in that human element, not very musical, right? So I'm already doing that. But I want to go a step further with that now for this last one and add in one of two things, right? And these are, we're going to do some kind of multiple bounce notes. So these could be drags or buzzes. So for the drag, so we're going to go rudiments now. So for the drag, it's when we play two little notes followed by a big note. So in a groove scenario, we're doing the big note on the hi-hat, maybe with a bass drum. So we might do this. Okay, so that's just taking those ghost notes as a single note, turning it into two little notes, and it just gives it something else, a bit more texture. Now the other thing we can do is a longer multiple bounce note where we create more of a buzz. So that would be this kind of technique. So again, we could just use that in those positions between the hi-hats where we were normally, just before we were just doing a little ghost note, now we can do a buzz. Okay, so obviously I'm overplaying there with buzzes and drags and things, but that's just 'cause I'm kind of giving you an example of how those can fit into a groove. But the main beats I was doing today are available below. If you want to grab the sheet music and you can learn these slowly and piece them together to bring into your drumming vocabulary, go and grab that just for free, sheet music to help you learn them. But once you've got those techniques, it's fun just to kind of groove with them, let it flow. Like you would if you were playing in a funk band. It'd just be stringing together all of these different things to make this nice flowing funky groove, okay? So if you've not done that type of thing before, you could just take your basic rock beat, add those elements, just maybe add one at a time at first till you get comfortable, then add another, then another. And then you can start to create these really, really funky rhythms. There are more things you can add to these funk beats, like I said before, and there's that link below if you want to go and check those out, go deeper in the course. There's more to it. Obviously, go and listen to funk music because you're going to start hearing this stuff. Go and listen to David Garibaldi or Clyde Stubblefield or whatever it is. And you're going to hear this stuff. You're going to hear it in a musical context. You can start hearing how it works. And you're going to love it because funk drumming is awesome.